War is supposed to be deliberate, negotiated, ordered. But what happens when a nation accidentally pushes itself to the brink of destruction through a misunderstanding, a typo, or a stray dog? This is not a comedy sketch. This is real history. Times when governments, generals, and entire countries declared war on themselves. And yes, it almost led to nuclear annihilation. Let's start in 1925, on the tense border between Greece and Bulgaria. Tensions were already high. The Balkan Wars had recently ended. Trust was thin. Then it happened. A Greek soldier crossed the border, not for conquest, but to chase after his dog. Bulgaria, assuming it was an act of aggression, opened fire. The soldier was killed. Greece retaliated. Within 48 hours, Greek troops were marching into Bulgaria. A full-scale invasion over a canine. It took the League of Nations to step in and stop the madness. The war ended after just 10 days. Casualties? Dozens. Cause? A pet. The dog, by the way, was never found. Fast forward to January 25, 1995. Norway launched a scientific rocket to study the northern lights. They notified the world, mostly. Unfortunately, the message never properly reached the Russian military. Within minutes of the launch, Russian radar picked up an incoming missile. Panic erupted in Moscow. The rocket's trajectory mimicked that of a potential U.S. submarine-launched nuclear missile. President Boris Yeltsin was woken up and handed the nuclear briefcase. It was the first and only time any Russian leader has activated the Cheget, their equivalent of the nuclear football. Military command was prepared to retaliate. The countdown was ticking. Then silence. The missile fell harmlessly into the sea. It was a weather rocket. The crisis had been averted by sheer restraint and luck. A world-ending war, nearly sparked by science. Now let's go to Switzerland. Neutral, peaceful, unproblematic Switzerland. Or so you'd think. In March 2007, a Swiss army unit accidentally invaded Liechtenstein. They crossed the border during a training exercise. Nobody noticed, not even Liechtenstein. There was no confrontation, no shots fired. When the Swiss realized their mistake, they promptly turned around. Liechtenstein's response? No problem. It might be the most polite military blunder in world history. But yes, technically, Switzerland declared war on itself. America, too, has had its near misses. In 1980, the U.S. Nuclear Command received an alert, 2,200 incoming Soviet missiles. Alarm screamed, bomber scrambled. It turned out to be a faulty computer chip. A simple 46-cent malfunction nearly triggered a retaliatory strike. Another time, during a NORA simulation, a test tape was accidentally played as real. President Carter's team was told the U.S. was under attack. Thankfully, both times, cool heads prevailed. But in the confusion, America very nearly unleashed war on phantoms. In 2019, India accidentally bombed its own territory. Fighter jets mistook a friendly encampment for enemy insurgents. The strike killed 6 personnel. The incident was heavily downplayed, but internally, it triggered reviews of intelligence and targeting procedures. It wasn't the first time a nation misfired on its own. But it remains a sobering reminder. Even advanced militaries make deadly mistakes. History is full of deliberate wars. But these? These were wars born out of confusion, miscommunication, and sheer human error. They remind us that in a world filled with weapons, codes, and nuclear briefcases, one misplaced signal can mean devastation. One typo, one radar blip, one stray dog. That's all it takes. So next time someone says it was just a mistake, remember, that mistake might have nearly ended the world.